Hi everyone, so pretty extraordinary Monday today with the biggest crashes for both crypto and stock markets since the pandemic was announced.
This will be the worst open for the NASDAQ in 4 years, since 2020 when we all went into lockdown.
I woke up and I saw the notification from one of the crypto exchanges saying that Bitcoin dived under 50k, and I thought like, it's probably some kind of a mistake, maybe under 60k. No, it was indeed under 50k, and when I looked carefully, I saw that the market crashed. Even though the cryptocurrency market never sleeps, it works 24 hours, 7 days per week, even on weekends, but stock market was closed. But when I opened my Interactive Brokers application, I saw that my portfolio was showing minus $8,000 at the daily financial P&L. Even though the market wasn't open yet. As you can see that the current trend is definitely bearish. You can see that we have lower highs and lower lows. How I see the market is gonna play. So I would say that it's gonna go up a little bit in nearest future, and then we'll go down, then we'll rebound from this support level, then we're gonna stay here for some time, and then we're gonna see some extraordinary growth probably in the next year. So this is how I see the Bitcoin. The key driver for that probably will be the end of elections. So it will be like buy the rumors, sell the news. So now all this hurries against Trump, Democrats against Republicans affects stock market a lot. But when either the result will be either way, I think the market will react positively both for stocks and for crypto, just because it will show that the nearest future is pretty is defined, and now it's in the past. So now the new administration, they just need to take management of the country, of the world in their hands and start to work. Also, I would expect that in 2025, the effects of Bitcoin halving, which happened in 2024, will play in full force. It means as the reward for the miners was cut in half, the sell pressure from the miners is already lower since April or May. I forgot when was the date of the Bitcoin halving. But however, it doesn't affect the market immediately, right? Because everyone has inventory of Bitcoin, the miners, so they continue to sell. However, after from 6 months to 1 year, this inventory will be wiped out, and the fact that they now get less rewards than they had before 2024 will start to play on Bitcoin price. This is Bitcoin price in 2020. This red candle is COVID, and you can see that rebounds was very fast, and then the rapid growth, the pretty steep increase of a price. And this is the upper chart. It's the current Bitcoin price. So this is Monday, right? The red candle. And it, as you can see, these two patterns look very similar. So it is highly probable that the rebounds will be similar to that. Also, it's worth saying that when I was giving my prediction about how the year 2024 is going to play in my video, my investment strategy, the funny thing that at that time, in the end of 2024, the big analytics and investment banks, they set the 2024 year-end targets for S&P 500. And you can see that the most optimistic, Deutsche Bank, they stated that at the end of 2024, the price will be 5,100. And currently we see, after this steep decline from the level of 5,665, we now at 5,200. So if these investment banks, they know something we don't know, right? And they were correct about the projections. So the most optimistic scenario they said back in 2023 about this current year, that we're gonna lose another $100 of S&P 500, and the worst scenario given by JP Morgan was 4,200. So they actually projected the recession 4,200. This is such a huge decrease. I don't think it's going to happen. However, as you can see how this is the date when the end of 2023, this is when these predictions were made by these bankers. And since then, the market grew even to current level by 13%, and to its peak was by 23%. So this is a pretty extraordinary results for the index, taking account that the average annual income of S&P 500 is around 10% during the last 80 years or so. So we can see that 2024 was a pretty gradual increase. Then in April it was decline, then again gradual decrease, and now in July and August we see the decline. So how are we gonna play this? How are we gonna play this market situation? As you can see, when I was given my projection back then, I said that the market will go down at some point of time and then will go up. And I said in my video that I bought fixed income bonds and TLT fixed income ETF at that time when the interest rate were high. And I said that once this dip is going to happen somewhere in 2024, I'm going to rebalance my portfolio. I'm gonna sell my bonds and buy stocks, trying to catch this dip. This is exactly what I did when I saw this decline of stock market. What actually happening now in the world? Why we see this crypto crash? So I saw this useful tweet which collects major reasons why Bitcoin crashed today. So Trump presidency odds decreasing. I'm not fully agree with this point. I agree that when Trump was against Biden, the chances for Biden to win were truly low, and a lot of people at that time, after the debate, they thought that it is already decided that Trump is going to be next president. But currently, as Biden endorsed Harris and Democrats, they have new younger leader. It is being said that Republicans are more open to cryptocurrencies than Democrats, because currently the current chair, SEC chair, who made a lot of problems for cryptocurrencies, a lot of law enforcement by SEC were made during the last years, trying to fight the money laundering and non-compliance to securities laws, but it affected truly bad all the markets. They didn't catch FTX crash before it actually happened, but then they went after Coinbase, which is probably the most compliant exchange in the world currently. So the policy of SEC under Democrats is not consistent, and it's hard to say that it is supportive for crypto. Recession fears after the unemployment rate was announced in the US as 4.3% in July 2024, and the estimates were 4.1%. The fears about the upcoming recessions started to hang around. Stock market correction, this is actually what we've seen now. Yen unwind, this is another big story in the stock markets, that Japan National Bank started to increase interest rate, and a lot of Japanese traders who were borrowing yen and then buying USD and then buying US stocks for that, they're in trouble now because yen is now stronger against the dollar, so they have to liquidate their positions in USD. That's why they sell a lot of stocks and a lot of bonds, so they could cover their debts in yen. Geopolitical tensions, this is truly a big thing now. You can see that now riots in United Kingdom, the tensions in the Middle East are now much stronger than before. Also, Ukraine received F-16 jets, which also kind of not something which may closer the end of the war between Ukraine and Russia. So a lot of geopolitical stuff is happening right now. MTGOX distributions, so a bunch of Bitcoin stuck for I don't know how long, more than 10 years, and now the creditors, they start to get their Bitcoins. That's why the additional selling pressure on the market. Yeah, so this is some reasons. About the volatility in the market, you can see VIX index, this index which tracks volatility on the market, and currently it is above 65, and the last time this was seen at the COVID times. Also, Warren Buffett sold 86 billion worth of Apple shares, near 50% of its holdings. And the interesting fact that now they have a lot of cash, almost 300 billion US dollars. They probably keep all of that in US treasuries, so getting a lot of money based on bonds, like a risk-free investment, making them billions. Interesting thing is that Fed said that they won't cut. The last meeting was in July. They said they won't cut rates, and a lot of people were not expecting rates cuts at all, so no one was fearing recession. But currently, after this bloody Monday, the market projects price 5 rate cuts until the end of the year. 5. Yeah, so what is our strategy again? So as I told you, we were expecting this kind of decline in the end of 2024. What we're gonna do now, once we're going down this way, I don't know how deep we can go. I'll be dollar average entering into QQQ and VTI, and we'll exit from my positions. First, I already did this for $5,000 for this US government bond. I'll sell this 8,000 and we'll be entering into QQQ and VTI. With Bitcoin, I don't have any free money to enter into Bitcoin. My position is pretty big and I didn't add anything to it since 2021. So for 3 years I'm not adding anything, and I'm not exiting at all from my Bitcoin position. So our current strategy, we're going to look how the market is going to play in terms of this fear. I don't think this is some strong correction. I would say that we're going to lose another 5 to 10%, and then we'll grow another 20-25% up. So this is our strategy about the upcoming market.